Brian Howell here with Pro Video Collision. I'm talking to Haruki. And we're talking, this LCND is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
One piece of glass, 6 stops of ND.
Yep.
What does it start at?
So what it is a liquid crystal-based ND filter. The liquid crystal is pretty much ramping between 1 to 6 stops of ND, and it could do hard stops between 1 to 6, but also it could get going between very, very seamlessly. So what we can do is we could have pretty much the filter go between 1 to 6 stops, but we could also do in between stops very seamlessly, so you could actually do a very fine-tuned adjustment.
Are they halves, quarters, 3/4, or more detailed than that?
The actual LEDs only do a third, right? But the actual knob, the granularity in between it is an analog kind of voltage, so it's actually very infinite, close to infinite. So you won't really perceptually see a difference there.
Right.
So,
quick question. Let's get this out of the way. This is not 2 pieces of polarized glass.
Nope, exactly. That's the big merit about this, is that it is actually one piece of glass. And the typical variable ND polarization filters are 2 pieces of polarization work against each other.
You get a lot of like that. Sometimes it's not fully on. Sometimes it's not very.
Exactly. A lot of the times you get artifacts, visual artifacts like color shifting.
Yes.
Right. A lot of the reflections start to change. Right. You start to get fringing. So this is just a piece of glass or liquid crystal cell, no polarization whatsoever. So it's not going to futz with any types of polarization. You could do it in a combination with another polarization, and it will not affect it at all.
No, so I see this one is mounted with 2 wires.
Yes.
And this one's battery powered.
So yes. So it is, the operation of it normally is battery powered. So you could actually have it in your matte box for up to 24 hours of operation. You could pretty much charge it whenever you really want, and it could actually charge, like it could operate a full day probably. The actual cable is power and serial communications. So what we can do is it's charging right here, but serial communication to a Preston MDR that goes to a single channel, so you could remotely control it.
What happens if you went out of, places putting cords ins and out? I mean, is this going to take over one full one for you and you're done?
Yeah, so what it is it's only one channel that you have, right? So you have your HU3, your hand unit 3, actually doing your F focus, iris, and zoom. This is taking on that auxiliary channel, which is the 4th channel in your Preston that's specifically used for the LCND. So this is a dedicated channel for your LCND.
Now this is a side loading. Does it fit any other matte box?
Right now, it's only fitting side-loading matte boxes because of the form factor. You can try, but you're going to be like, vertical video kind of action, but you can't do that. So right now, what it is just side-loading, but it's a matter of actually taking the electronics and locating it on top. So it's technically totally doable. It is something that we are looking into.
And does this only work on a Panavision camera build?
Yes, exactly. This is a Panavision-only product, so it's actually distributed through Panavision Rental.
But could you make this work on an Air?
Oh, yeah, exactly. In an Airy matte box, totally. Yeah, that is a matter of actually changing the form factor to actually fit that. The actual cell stays the same, electronics stays the same. The form factor, the mechanical actually just changes.
And what about like talking to it remotely? Tell me, like, I'm not too into talking like that kind of world. Tell me a little bit how you would set that up.
Yeah, so like remote control wise, all we need to do is to actually have a serial communication going into the filter itself. Unfortunately, from the actual cell, the filter to the actual controller on your camera, it has to be wired. But the controller itself could be a wireless device like an MDR, or it could be any MDR from any manufacturer. As long as it talks to serial communication, we could be remote. So yes, but Bluetooth, Wi-Fi is a different story. This is only strictly through the lens control manufacturer.
And can people who are looking to rent this now, can they get it now?
They can't get it quite now. You can, but there's only 2 in the world, and that's these 2 right here. Right? We will get limited quantities in about a month and a half to actually do some tests. Towards the end of the year, we'll get them in more quantities, so we can have more and more people test them out and potentially put them on jobs.
Okay, so we'll see them here in LA more than likely, and then it starts spreading out to the world? Or?
Yeah, that's probably what it would be. It'll be like more of a controlled kind of thing where we're going to have certain types of our clients actually have access to them to test them out. But we'll definitely try to get more as much as we can because we know it's a good product. We know it's hitting a sweet spot, so we want to actually get it out to the world. We're working hard for that.
Okay, if you're in Vancouver and you want to shoot this, what are you going to do?
You actually can't contact their office up there. That's actually probably the best idea, which I already got a phone call from them already. So, that conduit is there, so it's good.
Okay, Is there anything we're missing?
No, not at all. But what it is actually a really good tool. Not only it gives you the ability to have 6 ND filters into one, it gives you the remote control ability to be remote, right? So you have the ability to not only just like be really far away, you could actually change your exposure, but not by not futzing with your iris.
Yeah, you don't
So-
want to change that focal length. You want to keep it really shallow or really deep.
Exactly. So that's why we say ride your filter, not your iris.
Thank you.
Thank you.